step a little closer to the mic.
And step on it. Let's get this out of here.
There you go.
Alright. How's this? Good? Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Frank Jackalone. It's spelled Jackalone. Jackalone. I'm the Florida Staff Director of the Sierra Club. And we will have each person spell their name. We'll have 4 speakers. We'll try to keep it relatively short so that you can interview some of the people who are here from all over the state as well. We are gathered here today representing 46 organizations that have signed a new declaration, a declaration for clean water in the state of Florida. That declaration has come about because the situation in the state of Florida has become so disastrous. We are seeing disaster after disaster pop up in our inland, lakes, streams, and rivers, and in our coastal waters, with the most prominent this year being the Indian River Lagoon, which suffered great deaths of manatees and dolphins and fish kills, to the point where the local economy of the cities along Florida's east coast were devastated and were threatened by a permanent loss of tourism and a decline in their fisheries industry. You know, that crisis needs to be addressed like a crisis. And so we have brought people together from all over the state to say that clean water is a right and a responsibility of Floridians. We have, at least today, the Florida's Clean Water Declaration, which says that people have an inalienable right to clean drinking water, whether that water is drawn from public sources or private wells. Safe lakes, streams, springs, rivers, canals, and coastal waters for swimming and fishing. Protection from water pollution and its effects. Know the sources of pollution that threaten Florida's waters. Protection from water privatization and its effects, and abundant water for drinking, fishing, and recreation. But let us say we also have a responsibility. And it's not just the people of Florida. It is the state government, including Florida DEP, and the industries that benefit from Florida's natural resources. We all have a responsibility to stop pollution at its source, rather than allowing it to enter our waters, to protect Florida's waters, as well as the people who depend on them from overconsumption and privatization, to protect the natural environment, which is critical to the health of Florida's people, wildlife, and our economy. And finally, to provide clean water for future generations. We are starting this today, signing this declaration, and we are convinced that thousands and thousands of people, organizations, elected officials will join us in this movement for clean water in the state and to correct what is Florida's #1 environmental problem. Florida Department of Environmental Protection, Florida DEP, needs to protect us. Far too often, we see it as a situation where we don't expect protection. So let's have Florida DEP stand up and not only put a Band-Aid on problems when they become a disaster or a crisis, but to proactively work to stop pollution at its source. That's what we're looking for today. So let me turn to State Representative Linda Stewart, who will be our next speaker.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming out today. We are reaching critical mass here with our water and clean water, and it is just a situation now where this activism has got to be brought forward. And I'm so pleased to see so many organizations out supporting this, because it's going to take everyone to get the word out to the legislators. We need to put more money aside. We need to put it in there. We need to attack this situation. And it's not going to be $10 million. It's going to cost more than that. But we have ignored it for far too long. And we've got to find that funding. And we've got to find the will within the state legislature to take care of the situation this year. We need to start this immediately. This is not a joke. This is not just a press conference. This is immediate action. And I'm going to sign the declaration today. I'm encouraging everyone to do the same when they see them out. And this is very important for all citizens of Florida to come forward and show their support for clean water and for our economy and for our citizens and families. So thank you so much for coming out today.
We want you to stay for a minute. We're going to ask Representative Stewart to be the first person to sign the declaration right here. Take a pen. All right, just sign the Floridians Clean Water Declaration. All right, I would like to next introduce Pat Rose, who is the executive director of the Save the Manatee Club.
Good morning. Thanks for coming out. In addition to my work with Save the Manatee Club, I'm an aquatic biologist, and also formerly worked for the Fish and Wildlife Service, the Department of Natural Resources, before it was merged to become the Department of Environmental Protection. And we're in front of their building today. There's many, many good people that work for the Department of Environmental Protection. They know what to do and they can do it, but they've got to be allowed to do it. I can tell you from personal experience, we've had the laws on the books for more than 40 years to have prevented us from becoming to the state of crisis that we're at today. And it's going to take probably more than 40 years to get us out of it, but we may not be able to get out of it if we don't really start following our current water policy law and stop the abuses that we're seeing. We need, what has been happening in effect is fairly simple. We've been over-pumping our aquifer, we've been polluting our surface waters. Those surface waters then pollute the aquifer, so now we have less water than we need, and it's dirtier, and we don't have enough of it. So we've got to clean it up. We've got to make sure that we don't continue to pollute it, because your life, my life, the manatees' lives, every aquatic ecosystem species is going to depend on us getting this right. And specifically, I would urge you to urge the public to get involved, because their very life and their children's lives are at risk if we don't do something about this now. The future fixes are also going to be more expensive than doing it today, just like they are more expensive today than having started it 20 years ago. The law required us to actually take those actions, set appropriate minimum flows and levels, and ensure that our aquatic ecosystems have what they need. And finally, in closing, as the press, I would urge you to look for the Trojan horses. Because what you're going to see is you're going to see some people standing up in the name of preservation and in the name of restoration and presenting projects that shouldn't be in the name of restoration. Look inside that lift and see whether it's really going to restore our ecosystem or if it's something being put up as something that's not. With that, I thank you for coming.
Chuck O'Neill is the legislative director of the Florida League of Women Voters.
Good morning. My name is Chuck O'Neill, Natural Resources Chair for the League of Women Voters of Florida. Our supply of fresh water is in jeopardy. Our waterways are polluted with wastewater and fertilizers. Our spring water is no longer healthy to drink. Our population has doubled since 1980, and yet our water standards have not kept pace with the growth. We need to protect our springs and aquifer before we lose this paradise for all of eternity. The goal of this campaign is to mobilize enough citizens to let those who control water policy in the state know that we demand protection for our waterways and our aquifer. Our voices are growing stronger, and our numbers are growing larger. Thank you.
Hey, Chuck.
I will say one last thing in closing, and then ask for questions. I will say that if Florida DP, Governor Rick Scott, the Florida legislature, other elected officials in the state of Florida embrace this Clean Water Declaration and implement it, put it into action, it will save homeowners, it will save businesses, it will save the state government millions and millions of dollars, because to address pollution at its source, to address it and to clean up our waters before they become polluted to the point where it's a crisis. That is the best thing, not just for the environment, but for our people and our economy as well. So let me, at this point, open it up for any questions.
Can you give us some snippets on how to stop pollution at its source?
Sure. First of all, we can have strong nutrient requirements that limit nitrogen and phosphorus in our water bodies. Florida DEP rejected the federal government's attempt to place those limits on water bodies all over the state. They are embracing some of it, but there are so many loopholes in the proposal that they are putting forward that we are afraid it's not going to be enforced. So you aggressively have to put those nutrient rules in place. You have to look at septic tanks and regulate them better. You have to put fertilizer laws in place, which some of our communities are doing, and the city of Orlando is now considering strong fertilizer ordinances that limit the amount of nitrogen and phosphorus to be done on our lawns in the rainy season. So those are a few examples. There are many more.
We need stronger laws from the state. There's just some local.
It is, in part, we need stronger enforcement. We need stronger enforcement, and we need an aggressive state policy. And that starts here at DEP. Stronger laws, of course, are always a good thing. But I think we're here because we've seen budgets being cut at DEP, enforcement being cut, and so and they're claiming that they don't want the federal government to take over control of the Clean Water Act. So what they had to do is enforce the Clean Water Act and put it in place.
I see the Pelican Island Audubon Society is up there. To what degree is the declaration, or how much do they want to protect other native wildlife or game, or what's the
What of the Audubon groups
Yeah.
here address this?
Well, I'm not from.
You're from
I'm from Seminole, Audubon.
Seminole Audubon. Come on up. Come on to the mic.
What?
Yes, we do.
Are you trying to imply that you did the part of
Rephrase the restate.
Tell him why you signed the declaration. No, well, he
Yeah.
asked something about Pelican
No,
Island.
I just wanted to know if there was more things besides pelicans or whatever you guys have on that island.
Absolutely, it's the total biosystem.
Yeah.
The total, yes, and we all support all of it. Listen, you got all these various organizations together, and we all have, our own agendas. However, we are now united as one voice. And government better watch out, because we're ready and we're ready to fight for the environment.
Other questions? Okay. Then we're going to have people and media, please feel free to talk to people in the crowd. They're from all over the state in this new united movement to get real action taken in the state. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.